Thursday, March 26th. The markets in New York are open on the big number this morning, $1.9 billion. That's the revenue generated by the music streaming industry last year. It's the first time, in fact, that it overtook CD sales. Now, music downloads, they're sliding as well, though. Apple is looking to get into the groove, though, working with that recent acquisition, Beats, all to try to bump up that music streaming service. Hello, everyone. I'm Dan Kleffler in New York. So the New York Times is reporting that Apple is hoping that the streaming service will be able to take on the industry leader, Spotify. Here with more on what the prospect for that might be is Aaron Tass from Yahoo Finance. Aaron, good morning to you. So Apple reported looking to Beats there to help in this endeavor. What are they trying to do? I mean, what's their, I guess, secret weapon in this?
Right. Well, the secret weapon, I think they have Trent Reznor, who's the chief creative at Beats, and he's going to be working, according to the Times, on basically reconfiguring Apple's music experience for users. And look, they've had a huge success with iTunes. Downloads are still bigger than streaming, but download sales are on the way down. And as you just noted, streaming sales are on the way up. So I think Apple is very much aware of the competition they're facing from streaming. And that was why they spent, in large part, why they spent $3 billion on Beats last year.
Is it too late? Is it too little too late then for Apple to be able to capture this one?
I don't know if that's true. I think the reality is that Apple is so big. I mean, Apple has $180 some odd billion in cash. So the Times piece talked about how they weren't able to get great concessions from the record companies and offer a product that's less than what Spotify charges at $10 a month. Apple could give it away for free and eat the cost with no problem. That's the real threat here for the Spotifys and the Pandoras and the Rhapsodies of the world. How much does Apple want to own this business? Because I think, yes, they're late to the party. And that's a misstep for them, but they definitely have the resources to make up a lot of ground if they really want to get aggressive here.
So it's not necessarily about trying to turn a penny on this venture, then it's about building more of an ecosystem for the iPhone, the upcoming iWatch as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Apple, again, they have been so successful in every other area almost, in media, and look, the Apple TV, they're going to formally roll that out later this year. They want you to be doing everything that you do on an Apple device. And so music is a big part of people's lives, and people are doing a lot of streaming, obviously, and so they want a big chunk of that business as well. But that Pandora, here's a stat: Pandora had $1 billion in revenue last year. That is less than 0.5% of Apple's revenue. So even if Apple takes over this whole industry, it's not really going to be hugely material for them, for their bottom line, but it's another business that they might want to own because they're Apple, and why not?
They're Apple, why not? They got a lot of cash they're sitting on. So Apple now part of the Dow there, and the Dow had a big sell-off yesterday. What happened?
Well, I think what's happening is we didn't get new highs last week. So after the Fed meeting last week, there was a big rally. People said, oh, they're going to do rate hikes later rather than sooner, and people got excited about that. But the S&P 500, which the pros really look at, didn't get a new high, and people felt, okay, maybe we've gotten a little tired here in this rally. And you had some breakdowns in biotechs, which are a very hot sector, or had been a very hot sector, and the Dow transports as well. And so that's got people, again, thinking cautiously. And oh, by the way, the economic numbers, the most recent being the durable goods numbers yesterday, have been very weak. So now people are questioning, again, their bullish thesis.
We'll keep an eye on that. Aaron Tass from Yahoo Finance. Aaron, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Keep up with the latest headlines right here on abcnews.com. You've been watching The Big Number. I'm Dan Kleffler in New York.